CJ, how would you gauge the progress, both on the court and off the court, that you guys had to make up a lot of ground in a short amount of time this offseason?
Yeah, I think we made a lot of progress. We've been going over a lot of film. Coach has been on us about our standards defensively and things like that. So we're starting to hold each other accountable, hold ourselves accountable. The coach has been holding us accountable the whole year, so far.
What are the standards defensively?
Just like the standards of like our principles and where to be, talking, hands, keeping your hands active, things like that. Those are like our standards things you have to do every possession.
Coach was just talking about how you guys had a long film session addressing some of that stuff during the or after the scrimmage. Where did you guys fall short on defense during that scrimmage?
I think like missing rotations. Some guys were tired, so it was just like light stunts. It's just little things like rotational things and just cleanup stuff really.
How have you guys responded since then?
Like Coach said, our energy was high today. Paying attention to those things we went over in film, and I think we're all starting to like accept that the defense is our defense in terms of like, all right, the coaches enforce it, but we have to enforce it as well in between like ourselves and stuff like that. So yeah.
Who are some of the leaders in that regard? Who's stepping up and saying this is our defense?
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't necessarily say somebody's like particularly like saying this is our defense, but it's just like accountability. So like for example, today I was late on rotation. I was like, dang, I gotta be there. And then Derek was late on rotation. He was like, dang, I gotta be there. So just being able to like recognize and understand like we gotta do better than this. You know what I mean? I think that's how we're accepting the fact that it's our defense.
If you guys have a rough defensive day, that means you had a good offensive day, though, right? So like, what's the balance there between like, okay, we did good, but also? I
mean, everything comes to ebbs and flows. Like, we're gonna have good offensive days, but we don't ever want to have bad defensive days. So it's like, I'd rather have good defensive days every day than only good offensive days because defense wins championships and stuff like that. So.
Kind of chemistry have you built with Sam so far,
Greasel?
Yeah.
That's my guy. I enjoy playing with Sam. And then off the court, he's a great dude, but on the court, it's dope to play with him. He always finds me. He doesn't give himself enough credit for how vocal he is. I said this yesterday. Like he's really vocal in terms of in huddles and even on the court. Like I could play with him in terms of like he just gives me a lot of confidence, a lot of energy. I could like follow suit in that aspect. So.
Fans haven't seen you guys play in a while.
Mm-hmm.
What can they expect? What's going to look different about this team, you think?
Just our energy, like how we go about games and our approach to games. I think that would be the first thing they recognize, and then of course once we go up and down and see how we play, see how we execute our offense, execute our defense, they'll just see how much different it is.
It's a 1 o'clock Sunday tip.
Yeah.
Division II school. You're not worried about a lull or anything to start?
No. I'm not gonna go into it with that mindset. That's not a good mindset to go into a game with. So, yeah.
How's your game grown over the summer specifically?
I think the mental aspect was the biggest thing. Just in terms of my approach and being confident, and I think now I'm just more of a read and react type of player. Somebody runs me off the line, I make a play. They don't run me off the line, I shoot it. Like it's more so like quick instincts and not second guessing myself and just playing my game, honestly.
For guys who are fighting for a role, fighting for minutes on this team, you know, Fred, what does he expect? What can they do to show him that they deserve playing time in these 2 exhibitions the next 2 weekends?
Well, I mean, first playing hard, but I think it definitely depends on the player and what role they play. I mean, I guess I'm not the one making those decisions, so I can't really tell you what somebody can do to get on the court. But I know playing hard and playing defense will get you on the floor. So.
Coach was talking about unselfishness on offense. I always really like that, but you know, I also said you need to feed the hot hand. Mm-hmm. Where's the balance, especially for a shooter like yourself, to know when you're feeling it and call for the ball while also keeping that unselfishness at that high level?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even necessarily when I really enjoyed playing with this team. Like, we had a scrimmage and me and Casey got going, and it wasn't even like we had to call for it. It was plays just being called. Sam coming down calling whatever our play was to get either me or Casey a shot, or it's transition they're looking for. So it's not even necessarily that somebody's calling a play or we're calling for the ball. They're looking for it. So
With the way this roster is put together, do you feel like this season you're going to be able to showcase what you can do individually a little bit better than maybe what you've been able to in the past?
Could you repeat that?
With the way that this roster is this season, do you feel like it's set up to showcase what you can do individually, better than what you've been able to maybe do in the past?
I mean, maybe, but it's not even necessarily about that. To me, like, I just want to win basketball games and do what I can do to help us do that. So, and it's not necessarily, whether that's showing my whole repertoire or making it one more or taking a charge, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? I just want to be able to impact winning, so.
What else is in your repertoire? Do you have any more shake in your game than maybe you've shown so far?
I mean, we'll have to see.
You guys have been talking all summer about how well the chemistry and culture stuff has been progressing. How do you expect that to translate onto the court?
I think it already has translated. Like, we genuinely enjoy each other's, like, you know what I mean, presence. So that literally it's just that on the court. Like, we pass the ball to each other. It's not, nobody's competing with each other in terms of, oh, I'm not passing him the ball because he don't pass me the ball. It's none of that. So it's like, it's just a good place, a good environment to be around and be in and play in especially as a shooter. So yeah.
What about on the defensive side of the ball? What's the value of having that comfortability with each other?
You know, just knowing that somebody has your back. You know what I mean? And I think now we're accepting, like I said before, that this is our defense as players. You know what I mean? So we hold each other accountable. Individuals hold themselves accountable to be in the right spots and have their teammates back in those situations. So yeah.
I know you and Karan are pretty close. How's he holding up?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. His process been going a lot faster than expected. Honestly, he's back walking. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 weeks out of surgery. So yeah, I'm happy for him, man. He's taking it head on, and I'm just happy for him. He's in good spirits. So.
How do you feel about that point guard position after Sam? The depth. I mean, obviously Karan was set to play a big part in that.
Yeah.
How do you think those other guys have stepped up?
I think they stepped up tremendously. Like Coach said, Emmanuel, he's super solid, especially as the secondary ball handler. He makes good decisions with the ball. He's not selfish, and so I think those two things are just good qualities to have, especially as a backup point guard.
What about like Ramel and Kale?
Like Coach said, they're both solid as well. I think they are now coming to their own and is a lot more comfortable being in this environment and playing against us every day. And of course, it's different during game time. It's a lot of fans, things like that. But I feel like they've definitely held their own.
It seems like Kale is not your typical walk-on. It sounds like he's got more of a chance to play than the typical walk-on.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him so far that shows you that's possible for him?
Kale's solid. Like, he makes the right decision probably 90% of the time, 95% of the time. He always finds me, so I like playing with him. But yeah, Kale's solid. He guards. He can pass it. He's getting more confident in his jump shot too, so that'll make him a threat as well. So he's definitely stepping into his own.
Anything else for CJ, guys?
Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.